Hello, boys and girls. This is Whale Hater, back for another fun-filled evening. We're doing Packet Tracer 8412. This is the Skills Integration Challenge for Chapter 8, and yes, it is very challenging. This is like the 5th time I've done it, just to try to get it right on this video. Ugh, it's so hard. Anyway, I've got some commands to show you. Nothing you haven't seen before, I'm sure. Okay, so IPv4 addressing according to the addressing table. First things first, let's go to interface G00, not F00, G00. And we're going to give it the IP address listed right there. 172.168.254.0. It's a /23. No shutdown, so we're going to turn it on. Let's go to S000 now. Give it an IP address, 172.31.4.1, and this is a /30. Okay, what is next? Let's do an Ospf version 2, process ID 1, router ID of all zeros. Not all zeros, all ones. What am I talking about? Okay, network address for each interface. So the network address would be 172.31.0, and then just another 0 would be the network address. Oh, it's an inverted wildcard mask from a subnet mask, so that's a 1 and then a 255. Area 0. Enter. Let's just press the up arrow here. And we're going to change the 255 to a 3, and then change the 1 to a 0, and that'll be the wildcard mask for our next interface, or our next network right there. And then we're going to change the 0 here to a 4. I believe we're golden. Enter. Okay. The next thing it wants us to do, I believe, is a passive interface. LAN interface set to passive. Do not use the default keyword. Default will turn off all interfaces. So that'll be the G00 interface pointed over at that LAN. Okay. So I'm thinking we are finished here. Let's go over to RB now. And again, it says use the following requirements to configure RB addressing Ospf version 2 and Ospf version 3. So, if anytime I see that Ospf version 3, I know that I need to do what? IPv6 Unicast routing. IPv4 and IPv6 addressing according to the addressing table. Set the gigabit Ethernet 00 link local address to FE8001. Or just 1, not 01. Copy. Alright, so we can do that one from here. Interface G00, IPv6 address. Just paste in that FE80. Link local. Got it. Let's go back up here and we're going to get the rest of the addresses. IPv6, IPv4 address, that's just IP, 172.31.2.1, enter, and the IPv6 address, the non-link local, can be right there, Control C to copy it, paste it in, enter. No shutdown. Next, let's do our S000 interface. IPv4 address, that one, 172.31.4.2. Okay. That's it for there, so no shutdown on that interface. Interface S001. IPv6 address is 2001 db8 2:1/64. No shutdown. Okay, looking good in the neighborhood, huh? Let's get out of there. So all those things are addressed now. Now we just need to configure OSPF version 2 and 3. So let's do number 2 first. Router OSPF 1 is our process ID. Router ID is 2. Network statements. Aha, ha, 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 network statements. Make sure we get this right. We're going to go slow to get it right. 172.31. I almost got it wrong. I'm glad I'm going slow, huh? You know what I'm saying? 2.0. And we're going to use our wildcard, or our wildcard mask, inverted, basically an inverted subnet mask. 255. Area 0. Do our up arrow. And the next one we want to share about is this one right here. Same, that's that link over to RA. So let's change this to a 3 because it's a /30. Change that to a 0. And this is going to get changed to a 4. Everything else should stay the same. Okay. LAN interface set to passive, so we do that. That's that gigabit Ethernet again. Oh, hold on. Passive interface G00. Okay, you got it, Don. OSPF version 3 now. Let's get out of here. IPv6 OSP. Nope. Router OSPF1. Router ID. All 2s again. I don't know if we're supposed to configure a passive interface on here or not, but I'm going to do it just in case. Enter. And then we're done with that. Now we go back to our IPv6 interfaces, anything with an address with an IPv6, and include it in the routing domain for for the OSPF. Interface is going to be a G00. IPv6 OSPF. Process number, area 0. And then we'll go over to the S001 and do the same thing. So those are inside the routing domain now. Next, let's go to RC and get that thing up and running. Let's do our addressing according to the table above. RC. Interface. Oh, this is going to be IPv6, so let's just do our unicast routing quick so we know it's done. Interface G00. My hands are very cold right now. It's winter, and I'm a little numb. I'm not typing as well as I should be. Oh well, right? Copy IPv6 address, paste, enter. So I believe what they said on this one is we want to have the FE8003 in address for this local link local address. FE83 link local. Enter. Okay, so that should do it for addressing on that guy. So let's do the no shutdown command to turn it on. Interface S000, I believe, is the next one. Yes, it is. So the address is, let's see here, right here. It's going to be 22. No shutdown. Let's get out of the interface configuration mode, and we are going to configure Ospf version 3. IPv6 router Ospf version, version 3, but it's just going to be Ospf 1. Router ID, all threes. Passive interface. It doesn't say we'll do it, but we're going to do it anyway. G00. Exit out of there. Now we'll go back to our interfaces that we already were configuring and include them in that IPv6 Ospf routing domain. Area 0. Area 0. Okay, I think we are finished with the routers. We just got our last adjacency here. All right, let's exit out here and make sure we got everything correct. We're just going to do a show command. Show IP Ospf neighbor. So we did not get a neighbor adjacency with RA. Why is that? Did we include it in our routing domain? Looks like we did. Again, looks like we did. Let's check out RA and see what we have there. All part of the troubleshooting process, right? Okay. So these two things need to match on both of these to get a router adjacency. The only thing I can think of now is that we didn't address it properly. That's right, we didn't. Right there. So things that keep adjacencies from forming are wrong subnet masks. That is one of the things that does it. So we are going to copy this. You'll notice over on this interface it's 252. So let's do our Control FT paste, and it brought us to the serial interface. And now we're just going to change this to a 252 and that one over there to a 255. Enter. Now we should get an adjacency. We're waiting. We're just waiting. Okay, cool. That worked. So now we've got our adjacency. So we'll issue this one more time, this command. Show Ospf neighbor. We've got the neighbor adjacency. Now we're going to do that same command except for IPv6. And we've got it for router 3. So sorry I led you down that wrong path earlier. Now let's do our show IP route. And we're going to see that we have a learned route inside our area of over here. Let's do the same thing over here. Show IP route. And we should also have, yep, we've got another learned route over here. So it looks like those are working well. Now we're going to say show IPv6 route. And we should have the DBA3, and we do. And let's just make sure we've got it over here as well. Again, we've got it. Ospf has learned about 2001 DB8.1 network right over here. So the last thing we have to do is address our PCs. Now, they were told to us by, down here, the metric says that PC A and PC B need to have IP4 addresses that have to be the last assignable address in that subnet, that /23. PCB and PCC have the IPv6 addressing, and they have to have the second assignable address in the network. The router's got the first, and they've got the very next one. So what we're going to do is just going to make it easy on me. And I've already figured out what those are according to, so just take these addresses up here and then go to the very last one, which would be this for this network. And the 2, this one's pretty easy. It's in the 1 network, you change it to a 2. Right here, the 1's to a 2, or excuse me, up here, the 1 to a 2. Then over here on the 3 network, it's a 3:1. This is a 3:2. So pretty easy. Now the only other thing is that the link local addresses need to be their default gateway. So that's how you figure that out. Okay, so that one's done. Next we're going to go to PCB, do the same thing. Okay, we got that one configured. Now we have to give it also a IPv6 address, and then the link local default gateway. Last one is PCC, whatever the heck that means. Put the slash notation over there. And we're done. I think we've got all our points. Let's just do a quick couple of pings. Now I usually leave the pinging to you, but I've been doing so poorly on this packet tracer today that I really want to make it, I really want to make it work for me. So PCB is that one. Paste. Pinging. Oh, fingers are crossed. Is it going to work? Yes! Do you know how good that feels? Oh my goodness. Okay, next let's PCB this guy. Ping. And we just need to copy this portion right here. Copy. Paste. And we're getting pings from him as well. Boy, that feels good. Guys, thank you very much for putting up with me for 20 minutes or so. You guys have been awesome. If you have any questions, put them in the comment section below. Please like, share, subscribe, all those happy stuff that you can do with other people in your area. I would very much appreciate if you would subscribe, though. We're coming out with packet tracers like this often enough for it to matter for you. And I guess that's it. The end of my story. Peace. See you later.